Well, good morning. It is Sunday, December 28th, and we're going to do a little degreasing on that. We're using some easy off, heavy duty to start with. So I have gone over the block about 5 minutes ago. So letting that soak a little bit. And we're going to pressure wash this engine. Got a set of Vortec heads on it, valve covers. Sucks, I thought I still had the heads. I think I tossed them. Didn't realize they were Vortec heads that were out of my old boat. But we'll move on. We'll probably put aluminum cylinder heads. But let's get to cleaning. This thing is filthy. Don't get any of that in your eyeballs. I'm going to stuff the plugs in it, and I'll grab some aluminum foil and put in the other holes. Feels like an idiot I didn't do that. Always do more prep work up front. Let that sit for a few minutes and we'll get back to it. Alright, that's the way cleaner it was. We're going to clean up the floor now. Now we're doing the Edelbroken Performer. That's twice I've forgotten and tore down the pressure washer. That's how grimy it was. Let's see how clean it gets. And there's what our Edelbrock Performer looks like now. All the crust off of it. We're going to paint that. Silver, maybe black. Who knows? Maybe another color. But cleaned a lot of the crud off of it, so it gives us something to work with. So yesterday I did start tearing the motor down over on the other side, but I didn't film that. I probably should have put it on time lapse, but I didn't film it because I had a couple of fellers in here putting a high lift kit in from a center bay for the lift. I don't know what that black flashy, can you guys see the black streak flashing on the camera? I don't know if that's these LED lights or what that is, but yeah, I like that high lift. It gets up there about 3 inches from the ceiling, the door does. So this is when I say we, I mean I. This is what I did yesterday. I broke the transmission and motor apart. Got the motor on a stand. Not real pleased with some of the stuff I see, like a lot of flaking paint that blocking passages. Look at the flash on that could easily chip off and go down in the motor. Not cool. Debris, that looks like a leaf stem. There's a chunk of wood down in here. It's kind of dirty to me. I don't like it. But again, I believe this is excuse me. I believe this is a Jasper Engines rebuild, judging by the color, and the stamp up here does not come up under anything. Now some of that may come up under the original VIN of the vehicle, but there's another stamp down here that is possibly a reman code. I don't know that Jasper would put chrome on there. I think so. Maybe there's a cam in it. Kind of sounded like it. Everything up here just looks kind of stockish. They're the 140-16616 heads. I can't remember the flow on those. Might be 64 cc chamber with a 194 valves, 15 exhaust. It is a 397-0010 motor. And from what I have researched, that seems like that's a good motor. It is only a 2-bolt main.
I am going to interrupt here. I don't know if this is a 2-bolt or a 4-bolt main yet. I haven't pulled a pan. I am thinking of the motor that I've got in the other side of the shop that I'll show you in a little bit. That is a different casting number, but is a 2-bolt main. I like this one, I think, because Gold's Garage said that this casting is a desirable block. We'll figure out what it is once I pull the pan on it.
We'll flip her over later. So I've already disassembled the top end, well, except from the heads. I'm getting ready to drop the heads off of it. Got all my stuff in the box over here. You know, it's dirty. I have no idea how many miles are on this engine. Just has, in there are the stamped rockers. But for now, let's blow the heads off this puppy and see what the rest of it looks like, and I'll put that on a time lapse. Just a side note, I will be breaking the head bolts loose with hand tools, and then you'll see me throw my small impact on it to run them out. But that will tell if I had any oddball bolts that, you know, they should all break free about the same spot. I will say also, not only did I make a giant mess on the floor and run out of oil dry, when I dumped the pan, there was antifreeze in the pan. Don't know why. Don't like that, but we're going to see if we don't have a blown head gasket in here too. All right, let's get to it. All right, heads are off. Let's take a peek. There's the valley, the lifter valley. Look at all that junk in there. That's nasty. This thing's got to be cleaned up and gone through. I don't like it. I don't know if those are, I assume those are probably stock pistons. I'll have to measure to see if they're bored over. I don't see any stamps in them. See, the indicators are all pointing forward. Uh-oh. What's that? That's a hole. That's holes in the piston right there. At least 3. Something's been in there. Let's look at that piece of the head, which would be this puppy here. She's blacker than black, carboned up. Well, I don't like that. Let's look at this other side, see what we got over here. All the dots are headed forward. So they put it together right. All right, there's the stamp. I'm seeing a stamp. These look like they might be 10 overs. Got some brake cleaner around here. Hold tight a second. All right, let's go in here. I cleaned up a couple of these pistons. This is a 40 over. 10 over makes it a 355 maybe. I don't know what a 40 over does. So she's been bored over. And, that one. Yeah, no, that looks like +0, but I think it's a 4. This was the one that I thought had holes in it. But I'm not sure it does. It may have just been some holes in the carbon showing the top of the piston, which made it look like it was going through. But that looks okay. So, looks like we got a 40 over 350. And I'm not really seeing any signs. The head gasket was blown through on this side. Maybe there. But not any obvious. Doesn't look the best here and here, but it is there. And that looks like just a Felpro gasket. Well, we'll get that off here in a bit and look at the back side of those gaskets and see if there's any visible burn through there, which is probably where it would be most obvious. All right, well, that's where it is now. We'll be back later, maybe. It is December 31st, 2025, so Happy New Year's, everybody. Cleaned up a couple of these cylinders a little bit. We got some scoring in there, some discolorations. I can catch that with a nail, but I don't know if that's... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I can hone that out with a 3-stone. There is still some crosshatching over here. It looks pretty good. You know, there's still decent crosshatch in that. Can't catch those with a nail. Those seem okay. Right now, I think this one's probably the worst looking. But can't really catch that with a nail. So that should clean up. I'm not going to dingle ball it. I've got a 3-stone. Alright, so what are we going to do with this? I don't know. I'm glad I tore it down because I think it needs a whole refresh. So this one, you know, I'll tell more once I pop the pan and check those bearings. I did pull 3 or 4 lifters. Those look good. The cam lobes that I could see look good, but we'll check that out more when we pull it all out. But I think we might put that one aside, and once I get it all tore down, if I think it's going to rebuild nice enough, at 40 over, I kind of like that's a little bit more cubes, and hop this one up with aluminum heads and some other stuff, bigger cam maybe, better valve train, and stick that in my Nova, my 66 Deuce. It's got a transmission in it, I believe a 350, but it didn't come with a motor, so that would just pop in there real good. So let's go look at what we might do with the C10. There's that black line coming through again, if you guys can see that. I think that's the LEDs in here. So this is a motor I had built and have never used. It is a rebuilt motor, reman from marine shop down in Florida. And I originally bought this for a boat project I bought. It's on the channel if you've seen it. That thing's been there forever. So it was built to be 300 horsepower. So it's got a cam in it, got a double roller. That's all brand new, never been run. And it's been sitting for a while. It's been covered in plastic, and I have, you know, in the last 6-8 months, I have uncovered it from its original plastic wrap, and really the only thing I got to do is kind of polish up on that crank snub a little bit. It's got some surface rust on it, and there's a little bit of surface rust coming through where they used crappy paint. But we'll probably just go ahead and slap this puppy in the C10 after we clean it up, and I'll just transfer the pan. I've got all the gaskets. I don't know if I'm going to pull the heads on this or not. I don't think so. I don't know. I do somewhere have the cam card on it though. Alright, so this is the cam card. It's just got a Speed Pro part CS-1095R. So what do we got there? 450 lift on the intake, 460 on the exhaust, 291, 287, 1.5 rocker ratio, and a max lift 114 degrees. I don't know, 224 cam lift. Lobe separation 114. So that's probably not a huge cam. I know it's not a huge cam. Probably is a good idler. It was built for a boat. So, you know, that's what I spec'd it for then. So maybe I'll look that up, and maybe I need to swap that cam out. Put a better cam in there, because I want a little bit of rumble and a little bit of power in that C10. All right, well, I think that is it for the year. Again, Happy New Year's. Thanks to all the subscribers. I only need like 6 more to get to 500. If you can help out, I'd appreciate it. Thank you. Peace.